Good morning, everyone. You're listening to 90.3 WMSC, Upper Montclair, New Jersey, and this is the Morning Buzz. I am not your host, Leslie Gallagher. I am the co-host, Jake Getz. Filling in for Leslie at the studio, we have...
It's your boy. It's me, Josh, aka Josh. You thought you got the last of me yesterday, but you're incorrect. I'm back
Mm,
here again on the Friday Buzz.
amazing. And we have our newscasters,
Jalen Davis.
and...
Cameron Martin.
And today on the Morning Buzz, we'll talk about the new Johnson & Johnson COVID vaccine, how the House voted to remove Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene from committee positions, and Fox News being sued for $2.7 billion. But first, here's our newscast with Jalen and Cameron.
In international news, according to Fox News, Bank of America handed over customer data to the feds following the huge Capitol riot. One person was interviewed by agents based on data from America's second largest bank. Talk show host Tucker Carlson warns people that anyone can be a domestic extremist. Next, in national news, according to Fox News, actress Susan Sarandon calls out Biden about stimulus checks. Susan accuses the Democratic office of a bait and switch move that regards stimulus checks for the Americans who are struggling from the effects of the pandemic. Promised checks of $2,000 are now around $1,400. And in other national news, according to Fox News, Chicago records their highest murder rate in January in 4 years. Carjackings have also skyrocketed recently. The city recorded a total of 51 murders last month, which is the highest since the year 2017, when 52 murders have been counted and recorded. And for today's weather, we have snow showers with a high of 39 degrees and a low of 25 degrees, with winds up to 9 miles per hour. Today, we have humidity of 74%, a sunset at 5:19 p.m., and a very cold night. This concludes your news update for February 5th, 2021 for WMSC. I'm Jalen Davis.
In the world of sports, the big game is this Sunday, my favorite holiday of the year. There are three things guaranteed in life: death, taxes, and Tom Brady will be in a championship game. With all that being said, I will never bet against Tom Brady again. I learned my lesson. Experience over talent, especially when it comes to championship experience. I'm taking the Bucks this Sunday. In the NHL, the Rangers took care of business at home, defeating the Washington Capitals 4-2. Artemi Panarin with a three-piece of dish outs, with Ryan Strome knocking in two. Philippe Frostberg was responsible for 5 goals for Nashville, including the game winner in their overtime victory over the Florida Panthers. Columbus beats Dallas 4-3. Oliver Bjorkstrand with a cool 2 points. Patrick Kane was responsible for a 4-point performance as the Chicago Blackhawks beat the Carolina Hurricanes 6-4. In the world of the NBA, the Rockets beat the Grizzlies 113-100. Winners the last 7 of 8. However, it came with a cost, as center Christian Wood is going in for an MRI today. The Trailblazers, without Dame time, didn't need Dame time at all. They beat the Sixers 121-105. Gary Trent and Melo both had 20-point performances. The Warriors trashed the Mavericks 147-116. Kelly Oubre, of all people, had a 40-piece McNugget. Going 14-21 on the field, half of his made field goals were from downtown. Jordan Clarkson knocked down a 5-piece of threes himself en route to a 23-point performance with a 112-91 Jazz victory over Atlanta. Finally, the defending champs started off slow, but LeBron refused to lose. With his record-tying 8th triple-double at the age of 35, he helped the Lakers get the win over the Nuggets, 114-93. In the world of college hoops, Dana Evans dropped 23 points as number 1 Louisville kept it rolling, 97-68. And Zia Cook dropped a cool 17 points on Auburn as the number 2 Gamecocks win 77-58. On over to the men's side, Gonzaga started off sloppy, then realized that they're Gonzaga. Winning the game 76-58. And last night's 2 top 10 teams got at it, and it was a sight to see. Ohio State's balance of offenses gives them the victory over Iowa. Speaking of college hoops, it is game day, Redhawks. The women's basketball team travels to Wayne for an NJAC conference matchup against those Pioneers of William Patterson. And the men's team is back and ready to tip off this crazy season. They also take on the Pioneers right here at Panzer. Do not miss this matchup. Tip-off is at 5 p.m. on Red Hawk Sportsnet and right here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. It is going to be steak sauce, a.k.a. A1.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Cameron and Jalen. Great newscasts.
You guys, go Red Hawks. Am I right?
For sure.
We got to trash William Patterson. The radio stations here, we also have a little bit of rivalry.
Oh, yeah.
Willie P.
Oh,
No, we gotta let them know.
Double
who's-
as much.
who's on.
They may have beaten us in the dodgeball tournament 2 years ago, but when that rematch comes around, it's gonna be a different
Ooh.
story.
Yeah, we'll have to prep for that.
mhm.
So
Alright.
with stories, we have the House voted to remove Marjorie Taylor Greene from committee assignments. The House voted Thursday evening to remove Republican Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene from her role in the Education and Labor Committee, as well as the Budget Committee. The vote was held after clip surfaced of Greene voicing support for conspiracy theories like QAnon and the denial of the Parkland shooting. 11 Republicans voted against party lines for her removal from these positions. And yeah, this is a pretty crazy story to been seeing going on recently.
It is.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it's very bizarre. Especially there was one video that came out of her harassing David Hogg, which for our listeners was I believe that's his name, was a survivor of the Parkland shooting. I think she was accusing him of being a crisis actor. It's very bizarre.
That's
And, I think it's probably a sound move on the House's part.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
haven't even been following this story as closely as I think I should have. All right, but
Mhm.
just going on Twitter, seeing reactions to it, I mean, it's really uncalled for to even have somebody this outspoken and of just conspiracies, no actual facts, be in charge of so many things or be on a committee for things like education, labor, or budget.
Oh yeah,
Like somebody
especially
that-
education.
Somebody that wants to advocate for executing other political people in the
Yeah.
same system as them. I don't
That's
think I
ridiculous.
want that person controlling my money or my kids' education.
Yeah.
They're the type to tell them, the pilgrims came and they had a nice dinner with the Americans, and then they said, "Here, take all our land." Right? They're
Yeah.
the type to change the history books like that.
Yeah, pull something
Mhm.
little sketch like that. In a bit more uplifting news, Johnson & Johnson asked the FDA to authorize its COVID-19 vaccine. We should expect to hear the FDA's decision on this sometime next month. This version of vaccine does sound unique from the two existing iterations we have so far, in that it reportedly only requires one shot instead of two, and can be stored in regular refrigeration for up to 3 months. I know that the other one kind of had to be kept in this very severe refrigeration. Like it was yeah, but I think that'll be a lot, and it could be held up for 3 months. That being said, Johnson & Johnson's COVID vaccine was shown to be 66% effective in preventing moderate and severe disease, and 85% effective at preventing hospitalization and death. So the numbers there are not as impressive as the ones we saw from
Yeah.
Moderna and Pfizer. I know they were in the 90s. I forget exactly for what, but they were a bit more impressive. Like you saw them and you were like, oh man,
Mhm.
that's
Made you
really
feel
good.
safe.
I can take the vaccine though.
Hmm?
I'm not
sorry.
sure if I could ever take the vaccine. That's
Ooh.
the thing.
I don't
Yeah.
think so.
I would be first in line, but let me tell you
Yeah,
something. Some
same.
insider
I'm a little
news.
scared.
I don't have the most faith in Johnson & Johnson, right? They're one
Yeah,
of those companies.
Same.
Their company is the main thing when it comes to Moderna and Pfizer, right?
Mhm.
I see them; they're medically based. But Johnson & Johnson, I don't want people selling me baby powder and also
Yeah.
immunizing me for one of the deadliest plagues in 100 years.
Exactly.
Not to mention this is a little insider information. Don't tell anyone I tell you this. But when I was doing jury duty. There were so many Johnson & Johnson cases. I didn't get any specifics on them
Oh,
because it was like
really?
a month-long trial, and I was like, I got school, I can't do this. So I got off the hook.
Yes.
But like, I don't know.
Oh,
And it seems
man.
like they're kind of rushing it. This one is a 1 dose as opposed to a 2 dose.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. I don't know how to feel about it.
Yeah,
I mean,
this one in
the proof is
particular seems
right
kind of
there in the
sketch.
story. The proof is right
Exactly.
there saying 66% effective and 85% overall.
Like, that's
Yeah.
scary.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's better than nothing would be
Exactly.
it's definitely something. And,
And that's true.
if it can be more
Mhm.
widespread, it could
Mhm.
be helpful. But,
Mhm.
and also there's kind of a conversation about like, because I don't think you can mix vaccines. I think you have to kind of pick one. So if you get
Exactly.
this, you're just kind of stuck with it and you don't really have the hope of getting the more effective versions like Pfizer and Moderna, or at least,
Mhm.
yeah.
All right, listen, Johnson has the problems of no more tears. So like, maybe no more tears with, I don't know, COVID or something. You never know.
Yeah, no.
That's true.
Could only wait and
Wow.
see.
Yeah.
As time goes on. But for our next story, Biden announces the end of U.S. support to the Saudi war in Yemen. Part of a larger statement from the Biden administration on foreign policy, it announces the withdrawal of support that means the U.S. will no longer sell arms to Saudi Arabia or provide any targeting data. Calls for withdrawal of U.S. support loudened during the Trump administration because of indiscriminate bombings in the Yemen civil conflict and a connection to the murder of journalist Jamal Khashoggi. But Trump largely ignored those calls.
Yeah, no, this was pretty crazy to see. I know, like back when the Jamal Khashoggi story happened, that was crazy to follow. It was
It was a lot.
really, yeah, brutal stuff. And it's cool to see something being done about it, some sort of response after what felt like largely just kind of a shrug of the shoulders from the Trump administration to me.
One of Trump's campaign points the first time he ran was to get our troops out of, I think he was specifically talking about Afghanistan. I don't know if he
mm,
meant the general
Mhm.
Middle Eastern area,
yeah.
which I mean, he probably may have meant, but they probably can't name that many countries over there because they have
Yeah,
people
that's
like
true.
Marjorie in charge of
Yeah.
education. But
Yeah, don't know if she knows.
right, I think when we talk about stuff like this, it brings up the larger conversation of should America really be acting like this world police,
Yeah, Team
especially a
America World
country
Police.
like America that's so isolated from the rest of the world in terms of
Yeah,
North
there-
America in general being separated by 2 oceans.
Yeah, I just feel like we just have a lot going on in America and everywhere else. It doesn't seem like, we're going through as much as we are.
yeah,
Yes.
I don't know. American. I also think our news is very American centric, so I think we
Mhm.
have
It
a
is.
bit of tunnel vision there.
Not
Um,
only
Mhm.
that, not only that, but the stuff that we learned in school too. Like I probably couldn't tell you what in the world happened outside of what we did in World War II.
Oh yeah.
One. I could, I have like vague. I can have ideas of what happened, but I don't know what to tell you about why some things went down.
Yeah.
That's just
No,
the way.
that's definitely true. Like I don't know anything about like the founding of like France or anything. Like I don't know. These
Oh, it's
countries are
very
much older
interesting.
than
You see,
America.
it comes to the point where before there were civilizations, I mean, before France was France, there was a bunch of people called the Gauls,
Oh
and
yeah,
they
yeah,
just
you get into
decided to
that.
live in that area.
Mhm.
I think that's it.
And they were just, yeah,
They just
I
happen to be
guess,
there.
yeah, I guess that's how probably most of those European like areas is like, I don't know. There was this big place called Rome. It fell apart, broke
I think
off.
that's how most every place is made, other than America, which has a clear
Yeah.
history of these people coming over here and
Mhm.
pushing everyone out by force,
Oh yeah, that
claiming
did
the land as their
happen.
own. I mean, that's
Exactly.
unfortunately the history that we have to live with.
Yeah.
But I think this is a step. I don't want to necessarily say in the right direction, but I think taking a step back from the world would be good from America because everyone else in the world does not like America.
Mm.
That's
On the
exactly.
news that
Yeah.
they say America is a good country.
Mhm.
No for who? Who's a good country for?
It has a lot to do with our news as well. Every time
Yeah.
you watch the news, it's like something negative. It's
Yeah, but no, like you said, it'll definitely be good for them to take a step back, especially for Saudi Arabia, which looks like this conflict in Yemen doesn't look like good news. And
Yemen has had enough.
yeah, it sounds like the Biden administration is pushing for more diplomatic solutions rather than violence, which is, always a good thing.
exactly.
In other news, we had that Trump. It's always sucks to go back to Trump. It's like he's not president anymore. I don't want to talk about him, but there is some news in that he rejected the Democrats' request to testify at the Senate impeachment trial. The House Democrats asked on Thursday for him to testify under oath for his Senate impeachment trial to respond to charges that he incited a violent mob to storm the Capitol. Trump advisor Jason Miller dismissed the trial as an unconstitutional proceeding and said the former president would not do this. Separately, Trump's lawyers denounced the request as a public relations stunt, which I thought, yeah, I mean,
Trying to pull the Uno reverse card on that.
yeah.
Like, you're not doing this. We're not doing the stunt. You're doing the stunt. Like, come on.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, very crazy. I mean, in terms of like, I don't know, the Trump administration, probably the best move. If he testified, he probably would have dug his own grave just by saying anything. But yeah, it's still a little, I don't know, it would have been really funny to see him testify.
Yeah, I want to see that.
I feel like we're missing out on memes, like something would have came out of it.
I think he would have just be sweating off his spray tan.
Oh yeah, like
on the bench.
The one dude.
This story, I forgot about that. That was his hair color, Rudy Giuliani.
Oh right, that was so crazy.
That picture, it looked like he was wearing a mask, like his face.
Oh
was
yeah,
his face.
like his face was coming off. Like I don't know.
But I think this is so just because they want to claim that it's not constitutional to try a private citizen when Trump is out of office. But even when he's out of office, I would say he is a general purpose figure. So when it comes to things like libel and slander, those kinds of cases, right? If it affects someone's reputation in a certain way and they have enough following and they're notable enough, right? That's when you could take it to court. So in some senses, I wouldn't say that Trump is a private citizen. He's a former president.
Yeah.
And the actions that they're trying happened when he was in office. So he was president at the time. So for them to claim it's unconstitutional, they're the ones trying to do a public relations stunt.
Yeah.
Uno reversing card. They're Uno reverse card. We're on.
That's always an intense part of Uno.
It is.
Just thinking about Uno makes me anxious.
Have you ever played Dos? It's made from
No.
the makers of Uno.
Oh man.
It doesn't make much sense because you have to win by having two cards. I don't get that.
Yeah, that's very strange.
But as this, hopefully we get something out of this trial. This is the first time in history, I'm gonna remind you, that a president has been impeached twice.
Yeah, no, that's really like it's weird to think about how many like I don't know
Only in
records
4 years
were.
as well.
Yeah, the records that were broken with the Trump administration because it was just everything.
And listen, someone had to do it.
Yeah, someone had to be.
He made
twice.
history somehow.
Yeah,
he won't be forgotten in the history book. So like,
unfortunately, when they first started talking about the trial and how they'll bar him from ever running from office again, I was like, what do you mean? He's already ran for office twice. Like these past 4 years have felt like 8 years.
They have.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what I've been saying this whole time.
And to think that we could have had another 4 years of that.
It could have happened. Worst timeline. It's like
it was close. It was a little close.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'll have to look at like the statistics from like the voting polls. But yeah, it was not as clear cut as you would have thought it would.
It was there for a hot minute. I thought I thought because after night one, I was like, crap, wait a minute, here we go again. So, we could have had another 4 years, and even if it would have been like how people say that things didn't get done. Well, it was like the slowest 4 years of all time. So like,
That's true for the people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But this is the time to still be an activist and all that. Just because Biden won, there's no time to be all peachy and say, "Oh, we did our job. Time to draw away from politics."
Yeah,
That is a common
no.
misconception.
No, we gotta.
I have been finding that like it's odd because I feel like I'm so used to news being very like, I don't want to say exciting because like I'm not like, it's not like when I saw like when I looked at the news and Trump was like doing something insane, like there was a protest at the Capitol, like, or a riot at the Capitol. They're like, oh, this is really cool. Like, no, like it was very distressing, but at the same time, it's almost like, I don't know, news is like a little boring now. And it's
It-
like I'm having a bit of a hard time keeping track, but of course, still very important. Still
Yeah.
got to do
When
it.
I watch the news, I usually I watch Fox and then I watch CBS because there's
Mhm.
two different aspects of
Oh
each
yeah,
situation.
two different worlds.
yeah.
Yeah, and they're like going at it, and it's funny to watch. So I usually do that.
Yeah, no, it used to be. I guess that's how it always used to be. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know. I wonder if there's always
I mean, the
I think that's
media, Trump
yeah.
has definitely changed how news
Oh, for
is
sure.
delivered.
Yeah, I heard something with him and Fox. That's
Yeah,
what
I mean, that
it's
used to be his
weird.
favorite. Then they tried to be too bipartisan. He was like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta be on my side. I don't like you anymore. I'm gonna make my own news thing." Right. But I feel throughout the past 4 years, it has been heavily politicized,
Mhm.
Mhm.
but not in the best way. It definitely
Exactly.
feels I don't know if it's just going to college and taking all these media classes and whatnot, but you can feel the hand over the news
Yeah.
telling you what you want to hear or what they want you to hear.
Mhm.
So when
Yeah.
I watch the news in the morning, I'm just like, give me the weather, give me the traffic.
Mhm.
Everything else I'll read on Twitter.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
very
that's-
transparently agenda driven. It's which is really weird. It's really weird. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the channel OAN, which was like after Fox News tried to go a bit more bipartisan and Trump left them, OAN kind of stepped in and it's just like, we'll go all in for you, Mr. Trump. And it was just so bizarre to see, like, I don't know, it results in these very distorted visions of reality. And it's very scary.
Mhm.
But kind of speaking of the uh wait, yeah, of the news, Fox News is actually getting sued by an
Oh.
election technology company for over $2.7 billion. That's billion with a B, which is like, I don't
That's actually a
know,
lot of
like
money.
I guess Fox News is a huge corporation, so I guess it's not like it's probably a lot even for a huge corporation. Like, yeah,
Mhm.
Rupert Murdoch's Fox Corporation has been sued by an obscure tech company that has accused his cable networks of defamation and contributing to the fervor that led to the siege of the Capitol.
Defamation.
And yeah, honestly, sounds pretty legit. Like, I'm surprised that some random I forget what the name of the technology company is, but like, yeah, I'm really surprised that
Mhm.
that it's them that's kind of taking a stand on this and holding
Mhm.
them accountable. But
Somebody
someone's
has
got to
to.
do it. Yeah.
Exactly. I think too many people have been getting off scot-free in terms of saying what they want without any repercussions. And they
Oh,
claim
yeah.
free speech, and it's like, yeah, but if you're lying,
Yeah, that's
you
not
can't do that. You can say what you want, like go do you, but
Yeah,
you're
it is
just
very
misleading the people and causing this to happen, an insurrection at the
yeah.
Capitol by
That's a
saying they
really
stole this election. Rah.
mhm.
I
Yeah,
thought it was a movie when I first seen it on the news. That was crazy.
mhm.
That whole situation.
Hold on, I saw
Yeah.
it on Twitter. I was like, what is going on down there?
Oh yeah, that's where I first saw it too, on Twitter. I was like, wait, what? Like,
You
Cool.
can find out anything on Twitter. I feel like you don't even have to watch the news.
Oh,
You
wow,
can
come
just go on Twitter.
oh, for sure.
Twitter's a great thing.
That's where I
Exactly.
get all my stories for the buzz. I just
Okay.
what's trending the night before.
Right.
and usually you'll get good stuff. But when it's so clear that the words of certain people are causing this kind of thing, right? So even when some GOP House people want to hide behind their claims of unity, and they want to be like, no, we shouldn't be divided. It's like, no, go away. I don't like you. Look what you did.
Oh yeah, it is crazy the talking points they come up with, like especially that this idea of free speech, like, oh, we could say whatever we want, you can't
Oh, right.
silence us, which is like, it's like, yeah, but you're inciting a riot at the like, and it's like, I don't know, there's got to be some I don't know, way to measure that or kind of identify that and stop and like, I don't know, discourage
should.
against
Yeah,
it.
and it's by
Been
having
able to-
consequences.
Yeah,
Oh, for
they shouldn't
sure.
have even been able to get in the Capitol.
Yeah, no, that's another thing. The whole
Right.
situation with the
I'm
Capitol
not gonna
Police
talk about
and
like I'm not gonna talk about any of the videos I saw, but you know, it was kind of kind of suspicious on some things how they were able to get in so easily, but you know, some other instances where you know security went a little too far. Not gonna say much about it, but you know what I'm saying.
There was actually, I don't know if you guys saw this on Twitter, was it like a week ago? It was quite a while ago, before I was even looking up stories for the Buzz, that it was a letter from one of Trump's advisors to the DC police, and it was saying what they can and can't do. I think they sent this on like January 3rd or something, and it's like they're not allowed to use these types of riot control gears. Right? So
What?
they were restricting them. So there's clearly a lot more going on that is not being said.
So they knew. They knew.
You could see, if you were on TikTok, you had people wearing Trump Civil War shirts, January 6th. So when they say, "Oh, was this premeditated?" It's like, I don't know, how long does it take to make your own merchandise for the event?
Yeah, wait, that's true.
I ordered a little plushie, like a bunch.
Yeah, a Capitol Riot plushie.
I thought it was me.
Not a Capitol Riot plushie. I ordered something else.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was a meme, and I'm sitting like, okay, well, you know, everyone said we're gonna go to Civil War. Everyone said this.
It seems like it. After
there's no way. There's, you know, we did 4 years already. There's no Civil War. There's no shot this is gonna happen. Then I see that, like, oh well, hold on now. This changes everything.
That's such a shame. Imagine being from a different country. Imagine being from like France, and you just see people running into the United States Capitol. I'll be like, these Americans, they could just go up into the Capitol.
Right.
I'd be smacked with a baguette.
You know, just the national appearance, the appearance internationally is just like, it just makes it seem like we're just such a weaker country because stuff like that. It's like, oh, if the common people can just go raid, imagine what an armed militia, an armed nation like what Iran can do.
Oh, for sure. And those armed militias exist, like even in the United States. Like there are a lot of those far right like militias that actually like do like trainings to like overthrow the government, and it's very scary to think like, oh well.
I mean, hey, America's real good at overthrowing governments. Hey,
oh yeah, they do that. We do love that. Well, we don't love that, but
we don't love it. It's a figure of speech.
Yeah, it's not good. It's actually
blame social media. It's just how I talk. But we're gonna take a quick break here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair, and when we get back, we'll have more Morning Buzz and more news. And we are back on the Morning Buzz. It is Friday, February 5th, 2020. I was gonna say 2019, 2021.
No, I find I do that too. I was like, you think it'd be 2020, but I don't think I ever got used to 2020. It's still weird.
Yeah, we're just gonna skip over
that we all forget it.
Technically, we all skipped over it.
So. I'm not ready for the 20s.
In case you just woke up or just tuned in, I am Josh, aka Josh. I am joined with
Jake Getz
and
Jalen Davis
and Cameron Martin.
All right. We're here on, I already said 90.3 WMC Upper Montclair.
Oh,
but we're having a great time this beautiful Friday morning. How was your guys' morning so far?
Pretty
That was
good. I
cool.
have my cup of coffee. That's all I really need for good morning.
I need to invest in a coffee maker because I spend too much money at Dunkin' every day.
Ooh, I recommend. Have you ever seen those coffee makers that kind of look like a fishbowl? You just put
Oh,
the.
I think I know what you're
Yeah,
talking-
no, those things make
I mean,
great
like office
coffee.
ones.
I don't know,
Oh.
not the office ones. It's like not a coffee machine, like a conventional one. It's like literally just a glass bowl with a nice
Yeah, I know.
little thing. Yeah. And you
What
just
is
put a
this?
filter in it. You just put the beans and it just drips right through.
Those exist?
Easier than
Yeah.
just getting a whole coffee maker.
Yeah, and they're not that much. I think they're only
Is it
like
kind of like
$30.
a French press?
Oh.
Not really. A French press is like a cylinder
Yeah. I'm
and
just
you
thinking
separate it.
it's
This
just a
one,
bowl.
it's just a bowl. It looks like a fish bowl. It could be a fish bowl if you wanted to use it for that.
Maybe it's
But
like
Oh
a
no,
German
see,
press.
yeah,
I'm
coffee.
tempted to get one after this.
Coffee. I'm not a big coffee guy as it is. So
Mm.
I'm honestly, I would say I'm a natural energetic guy. So like anything, I try to drink tea at most and just like call it a day.
I can go
What's
with
wrong with
tea.
me?
tea is
Uh,
no, I like tea too. I drink a
no.
lot of tea during the day.
But this morning, it was cold.
It was.
I moved
Oh.
into my dorm and well, let's just say the heater's not working. So
Oh man, sorry to hear that.
What dorm do you live in?
I'm in Stone right now.
No,
Oh, yes.
that's sad. That's sad.
I was freezing. I was like, oh my god.
Get some sweaters.
I stayed an extra like 15 minutes in bed just to stay warm.
Make sure you layer up to fight against that cold. I woke up at 6:30 today to make sure I can get to the studio on time. I got here like 30 minutes early, but I was pleasantly surprised. For the most part, the campus is shoveled well. I would say
Really?
the only part is kind of like that transit area,
Mm.
like to go up the elevator doesn't work. There's like literally snow in the door. I'm like, oh.
Oh god.
And it doesn't even look like it really shoveled. It's like people push the door open and like there's that space in between where there's no snow, but there's like a little bit of ice. Other than that, the backside of the student center as well, like where the ramp is to lot 17, like that sidewalk in front of the diner is kind of sketch as well.
Oh
I
yeah,
feel
that's
like
good
it's
to hear.
gonna take a while for Montclair to recover after that snowstorm.
I think it took like
It was snowing
yeah.
before I came into the studio. Like I was looking out the window. And I
Oh
was
man, really?
Yeah, it was
I didn't know it was
snowing. I
snowing.
woke up, I saw snow. I was like, what is going? I'm like, I thought we're done with this. Can we just like,
Please, not anymore.
Yeah, just chill for a
Walk
second.
on.
Mother Nature would never give us a break, especially on this mountain.
No, here's the
Alright.
thing. We live in Jersey too, so like tomorrow it might be 85 and sunny. I don't know because that's how Jersey works sometimes.
Yeah,
It's not going to, but you never know.
Well,
True.
before at the break, we were talking about a certain former president that
Unfortunately.
yeah, and there is another story about him. He apparently left the screen. I don't know if it's
The
an
Screen
actor
Actors
news-
Guild?
Yeah,
Yes,
there
this is a
was a
funny
letter
story.
that leaked, and there's some interesting quotes. There's
I want to
apparently
read the
he said-
letter.
Oh, go for
I want to
it.
read it. All right. So there's
Yeah,
a
me
couple
too.
things about this story. So he left the Screen Actors Guild. He sent them a very petty letter, and he used an iteration of the presidential seal on it, which is, if you're not the president and use the presidential seal, that's
Yeah.
like illegal. But he did it anyway because he
Pettiness,
thinks he's
come on.
somebody now. But let me read this. It's from Donald J. Trump, February 4th, 2021. He says, Miss Carteris, I write you today regarding the so-called disciplinary committee hearing aimed at revoking my union membership. Who cares? While I'm not familiar with your work, I'm very proud of my work on movies such as Home Alone 2, Zoolander, and Wall Street, Money Never Sleeps, and television shows including The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Saturday Night Live, and of course, of the most successful shows in television history, The Apprentice, to name just a few. I've also greatly helped the cable news television business, said to be dying platform with not much time left until I got involved with politics, and created thousands of jobs at networks such as MSDNC and Fake News CNN, among any others. Which brings me to your blatant attempt at free media attention to distract from your dismal record as a union. Your organization has done little for its members and nothing for me, besides collecting dues and promoting dangerous, un American policies and ideas, as evident by your massive unemployment rates and lawsuits from celebrated actors who even recorded a video asking, "Why isn't the union fighting for me?" These, however, are policy failures. Your disciplinary failures are even more egregious. I am no longer wish to be associated with your union. As such, this letter is to inform you of my immediate resignation from SAG-AFTRA. You have done nothing for me. And then he signed, it looks like a bunch of Russian cursive script.
Oh yeah, his signature is like very like I got actually a it wasn't actually a letter, I think it was just, but after I got my Eagle Scout thing, you get letter from like people, and it's just scribbles. It's just
His
it's
signature's just
incoherent.
Well,
Can I-
he's not.
That was one of like the best impersonations I ever heard.
Oh, thank you.
I gotta
yeah.
say this. I gotta say this. He's not wrong technically about the whole, saving ratings, because he just did some craziness, and just like everybody wants to jump on it and just like say what they thought about it. So he's not
yeah.
technically wrong, but at the same time, I
He
don't
shouldn't
know,
be saying
bro.
anything about it. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah,
I
that
think
was
it's
a
just
good
very
meme.
funny.
The letter. No, I could see that being like a copy pasta or something.
Like,
That-
he
that's-
quotes Home Alone 2 and Fresh Prince of Bel-Air,
Yes,
which he was on
very esteemed acting roles.
for like
I'm sure
30
you know
seconds
me.
I didn't know. I didn't know it was a Fresh Prince. To be honest, I did not know.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's a video going around. I think
Are you
the
serious?
his like younger cousin, she just yells at him and she's like, "You ruined my life," and he's like,
I
"Every
think
time
he
I
tried
blame
to buy the mansion. I think I
Yeah.
remember
Oh,
that.
did he? That's
No,
the. Oh,
And
but
then
that's like the
Will-
premise
Will's
that
like,
he
"You
wants to
can't
buy the
say
mansion.
that." And then-
yeah, I think
Oh.
that's what he was after.
Yeah, that actually kind of makes sense. I know, like in sitcoms, it was an old thing where it's like they just shoehorn the most random reasons in to get celebrities in there.
Yeah,
Like,
oh, yeah.
their car just broke down and now they're just stopping in for a snack.
Right.
Amazing. I mean, that actually happens. Remember, it was like last year, Harry Styles did that,
Oh
and he ended
gosh.
up in some fan's house, and he fed her their fish and like left.
What?
That was a story last year. That the
Wow.
girl's dad just invited him in because he was having car troubles, and then he found out it was Harry Styles, and he had like a Harry Styles or One Direction poster, and he signed
Oh
it.
my
He's like,
God.
"I fed your fish. Sorry, I missed you."
Oh my god.
And
So
she
you know,
would've-
say it's shoehorn in,
Ooh,
but it
where
happens
she
in real
would've-
life.
She
That's
would have.
sweet.
That's crazy.
I would have been ecstatic. I would have been like, "Oh my god, it's Harry Styles."
Yeah.
There is-
But I love his
oh man.
amazing roles. His cameo in Home Alone 2, where he shows
Yes.
Kevin which way to the lobby or something.
Yes, very moving, pivotal
Esteemed.
acting performances.
Esteemed roles.
You just remind me. I saw a TikTok with that same scene, but with Joe from Impractical Jokers.
I
Oh,
love
And
that.
that would be even better. I think
Yo,
there's a sort of movement to try to get Donald Trump out of that movie.
Oh yeah, I heard about that too.
Oh, I could see that.
Yeah. Oh man, that's funny.
That's-
I mean, I can understand The Apprentice. I don't think it was a good show, but that was
Oh,
his kind of show. The reason I knew Donald Trump before was because he'd be like, "You're fired."
That is funny how he's
Right,
like
that
the
was-
biggest, like the one of the most best television shows of all time. Like, yeah, Breaking Bad, who, Mad
Oh,
Men,
no,
who, like these
MASH
shows
MASH
with
doesn't
actual
exist.
writers and stuff.
exist.
Yeah, just some weird reality show about nothing.
That's true. I'll tell you, the only time I liked Donald Trump was when he went on WWE and wrestled
commercial
Vince
for-
McMahon,
Oh yeah.
and he
Oh,
dropped
yeah.
$100 bills from the ceiling,
What?
and he just
Oh yeah,
gave
no,
everyone
that was
money.
like 07. I
Yeah,
remember
that
that.
was fun.
Those are
Oh,
the
yeah.
good
I
I would have
times.
guessed in 9
I
years.
remember stumbling on those videos of him like in WWE, like earlier on in like
Yeah.
the Trump administration. And I was just like,
You look back at it now, and you're like, "Is this fake?"
this is the president. Like,
Unfortunately, former
Ugh.
president now.
yeah, no, not anymore. Thank God. But oh yeah. But apparently the union responded to his to his letter with a simple thank you.
Is that all they wrote?
No way.
I know. I think there was more to it, but I
Oh,
think that was
dang
the
it.
gist.
I wish they would have just wrote thank you. That would have been the biggest ego play.
What else
Like,
did I
thanks.
write?
Thank you, Mr. Trump. Have a good day.
SAG. Wait.
Thank you, Donnie. Peace.
Funny.
SAGAFTRA last month said that Trump had attacked the values that this union holds most sacred. Very. Oh wait, so maybe they did just respond with thank you. I don't know, because that was from a month ago.
Great. That's great. That's
That's funny.
phenomenal.
But what a quote though. While I'm not familiar with your work, I'm very proud
Whose
of my
work?
work.
They're a union. They don't produce
Yeah,
work.
that's
There you
not
go.
how that works.
He doesn't know how unions work. He's a corporate.
Yeah, I guess that
business
makes
owner.
sense. Why would he?
Wow.
He found out that he was a part of the union. And he said, "What? I can't be in
What?
the union.
What's that?
This is a disgrace."
Okay. And well, I guess since we were talking about movies, we have Thomas with entertainment stuff.
Hey guys, what's up? Thanks for having me.
No
Of
problem.
course.
Thanks for being here.
Yes, we appreciate it.
Thank you so much. I'm filling in for Trevor, who couldn't be here today, but hopefully I do him some justice. I thought I'd talk about some films and TV news. In movie release news, The Little Things premiered on HBO Max last Friday, January 29th. The neo-noir film takes place in 1990s Los Angeles and follows two police officers who search for a serial killer who's been terrorizing the city. The film is written and directed by John Lee Hancock, best known for directing films such as The Blind Side and The Founder. The film also features a stellar cast of Academy Award-winning actors, including Jared Leto, who won Best Supporting Actor for his role in Dallas Buyers Club, Rami Malek, who won Best Actor for his portrayal of Freddie Mercury in Bohemian Rhapsody, and Denzel Washington, who won both Best Supporting Actor and Best Actor for his roles in Glory and Training Day, respectively. The film will be available to stream on HBO Max for a month following its release date, and has already earned a nomination at this year's Golden Globes, Best Supporting Actor for Jared Leto's performance. In other movie release news, Judas and the Black Messiah will be released on HBO Max next Friday, February 12th. Continuing Warner Bros. Pictures plans to stream all of its films on the platform for a month each. The film takes place in the late 1960s and portrays the real story of Fred Hampton, chairman of Illinois' chapter of the Black Panther Party, and is portrayed by Black Panther member and FBI informant William O'Neill. The film stars Daniel Kaluuya and Lakeith Stanfield as Hampton and O'Neill, respectively. Kaluuya most well known for his lead role in 2017's Get Out, and Stanfield is recognized for his work in the films Sorry to Bother You and Uncut Gems, and his lead role in the FX television series Atlanta. The film has already garnered early acclaim from critics, also earning Kaluuya a Golden Globe nomination for Best Supporting Actor. And in television news, the big game is coming up this Sunday, and though I myself know very little about football, I still look forward to the game every year for two reasons: the game day snacks and the commercials. This year will feature some bizarre celebrity brand partnerships, as have years past. This year, including Michael B. Jordan for Amazon Alexa, Will Ferrell, Kenan Thompson, and Aquafina for General Motors, Mike Myers, Dana Carvey, and Cardi B for Uber Eats, Dolly Parton for Squarespace, and what I think is the oddest of the celebrity ad cameos, John Travolta, Martha Stewart, and Leslie David Baker, among others, for lawn and gardening company Scotts and Miracle Grow. With the big game rapidly approaching, I can't help but look back at some of the commercials that have imprinted themselves in my memory. And I was wondering, what are some of your favorite big game commercials? I know one of probably my favorite is the Old Spice commercial with the dude with the towel wrapped around his waist. And, hello, ladies. Look at you.
Look at your man. Now back to me.
Now back to me.
Sadly, he isn't me, but he can smell like me.
But if he used Old Spice, he could smell like me.
Oh, those are great. Old Spice has great commercials.
Yeah, no.
But can we backtrack to the Miracle Grow
Yeah, I gotta talk about that.
No,
Yeah,
that took me off
that's-
guard.
before we
Sorry.
get into our
What?
favorites? How does a lawn company have enough money to buy a Super Bowl ad?
That's true.
When I was doing my research, I found that completely bizarre. John Travolta,
Yeah.
Martha Stewart, Leslie
Are
David
they?
Baker. There's a bunch of other people. It's like a famous golfer who I don't really
Wait,
I have a
maybe it's
question to ask.
Scientology.
go ahead.
I have a question. Are they laundering money?
Oh my God. What?
That's a funny one right there.
Yeah, it was funny.
What?
But
Um,
I have to say my favorite commercial would probably be the Doritos commercial when they have the time machine. I
Oh
don't
wait,
remember.
Yeah,
I
that was a good
vaguely
one.
remember that.
They kept
Yeah.
playing it after too, but only shorter
so
versions.
old.
Now,
Yeah.
now for me, here's the thing. I'm not a big commercial guy, to be honest with you.
Yeah, same.
I might have like offended everybody just by saying that. But one of my all-time favorite commercials, it was a Tide commercial back in 2013,
Mm.
where
Oh wait, I remember this.
it had the Joe Montana stain, it was a salsa stain, and like that commercial for some reason just played in my head the other day, and I was like, oh god, that was a good commercial, because it's overall the whole overarching theme of it is when the Niners had this huge playoff run heading into the big game that year, so it's like, okay, well, it's because that Joe Montana miracle stain, and you know, the dude's wife was doing laundry and washed the jersey away, and his wife was a Ravens fan, and that specific year the Ravens played the Niners in the Super Bowl, so it was kind of one of those things that, you know, I found kind of humorous because you know, superstitions. And it's kind of probably the reason why that the Niners eventually lost the Super Bowl, not
Mm,
big game, but
maybe.
hey, you never know.
I'm gonna take a different route when I say my favorite. I'm gonna go with the what was it, Bud Light or Budweiser, when they had the really sad one where the dog was waiting for the owner to
Yeah.
come home,
Oh.
and like
Aw.
it was just
I like that
crying.
too.
It was just like sometimes you never come home, and it was like don't drink and drive. It's like oh,
Oh.
my heart.
Yeah,
so
okay.
sad.
But what?
But another good shout was I think it was more recently another Tide one, the series with David Harbour,
Yeah, the
and he
not
was
a
just
tight
like
ad.
in a not a Tide ad. He was just
Oh,
like in
wait.
a bunch
Yeah,
of
oh,
different
yeah.
ads.
Yeah, and a bunch of random ads,
That was
and it's
great.
like, well, what's this one's for? Is it for this? Is it for that? And it's
Nope,
like,
it's a
nah,
Tide.
it's like, look at, there's no stains.
like,
It's a Tide ad, bro.
It's great.
Um,
I like
yeah,
David
and
Harbour.
I think what's his name? The actor from Super 8 or Stranger Things. I got my 80s movies
Who,
mixed up.
David Harbour?
Yeah, no, he did really good in that.
Oh,
I
yeah, I
think it
love
was just his performance that really sold it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I honestly don't remember. Like, it's kind of funny. I am completely drawing a blank on
what?
Super Bowl ads. Like, I'm like I don't know. I don't remember. I guess I don't watch the Super Bowl that much. Oh,
Here's the thing: the Doritos ads are probably, you know, top 5 all time,
Mhm.
because there's quite a few ads that are just like, what in the world?
Mm-hmm.
But
I
some
think
of
the
them
good
are so cool. Like that's just why I watch it.
The
It's
real
like,
good ones get preserved and they get played throughout the year, just like a shorter version. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
the Doritos one, the Time Machine, that one kept playing for
That played
Yeah.
that
a long
played for
time, but
The
it
same
was
could be-
just like a
The
lot
same can be
quicker.
said about remember the Betty White Snickers commercial?
Oh, I love Betty White.
Well, you're not you when you're hungry.
Oh, that was a great one. I
Betty
just
White's
remember.
getting
Mhm.
tackled just playing football with some friends. You're playing like Betty White out there, and Betty White goes, "That's not what your girlfriend said."
oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great one. Oh man, there's so many. I love seeing the creativity with the commercials. It's really it's become its own kind of culture around it. It's not just pay all this money to get the most people watching. It's like do that and make something really
Mhm.
good. I think it was last year where there was just a rich guy or some famous person that their dog got sick, and they
Mm.
paid the veterinarian, or they bought a spot on the big game on Sunday to just thank the animal hospital that saved their dog.
I remember that. I remember
Like
Aw.
that was so wholesome.
Mm. I don't think I've ever seen
Sweet.
that one.
Yeah, no, me neither.
No, that game last year though, I had a blast watching that one.
Fun.
Mm.
Wow.
It was just so memorable. Like that whole experience not only watching the game, the commercials were cool. It was just like one of those things that, you know, it was nice to have. And you know, unfortunately, this year with how everything's going on with the COVID pandemic, we weren't able to experience some of those things that, you know, we usually do.
Mm.
So, you know, if you guys are, you know, watching the big game on Sunday, just make sure you guys are, you know, watching it safely.
Oh, for
But
sure.
just enjoy the game, enjoy the commercials.
Yes,
Enjoy the performances. You know, last year we got Shakira. I was very happy.
yeah.
This year we got the Weekend, and it's probably his first performance after his surgery. So I think that should be interesting.
Oh
I
yeah.
thought that was fake.
You got surgery?
I thought that was fake.
I thought that was fake. I'm pretty sure that's real.
Oh, I saw pictures of
Why
it.
would
But
it be fake?
I saw pictures
Oh,
of
it
it.
was fake?
It was fake.
Yeah, I
Kenny-
saw a picture
Kenny's
of
saying
it.
it. Oh,
Like,
Yeah. He did that as a publicity stunt.
okay.
Huh. That's kind of messed up.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, it's still a first performance in a long while.
Yeah,
No,
no,
that's
I
true.
guess
That's
it's,
true.
I guess there haven't been any major performances from
Any.
most people, except for like, I don't know,
It's been virtual.
a few virtual ones for the really big boys.
But it's not the same. But I want to go back to the Emmy, or no, the Golden Globes, right?
Yeah.
The Golden Globes. I think there's a lot of great things. I haven't seen the Little Things yet. I've heard some reviews for it, and I think it's very exciting. And I talked about this yesterday with Kenny, but the diversity in the nominations,
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
sure.
I love to see it. And I wanna pick on Thomas right now. He said Daniel Kaluuya, best known for Get Out, but the real ones know him from Johnny English. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Him with Mr. Bean.
Wait, actually, I don't know. That was such a lie. I have
The second
no
Johnny-
idea what Johnny English
Jake
is.
just jumped on it
The
too.
second Johnny. I've only seen
The
first
second
one.
Johnny English.
I've only seen the first one,
Oh,
so I have no idea what you're talking. I love the first one, so maybe I should check
Oh,
out the second
you
one.
should check
but-
out the second
Thomas, I have
Daniel
a
Kaluuya is
question
in it.
for you.
What's
I
up?
have a so what was the first movie you were talking about? The one with all the Jared Leto, Denzel
The Little Things.
The little
Yeah,
things.
that I gotta
so bad.
I gotta see that because just you just saying that, I was like, wait a minute, that movie sounds jumping.
A lot of
I gotta,
star power.
I
behind
watched
it.
Trailer.
that's what I'm saying. Like for the year that we all had, we need something. And I think this right here is something that we can use right there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Warner Bros is planning to put all the movies they were going to release in theaters on HBO Max for a month each.
Ooh,
So
wow.
this is like
Oh, so it's like limited.
yeah, so it's
Also, I
limited.
really gotta watch it.
Wait,
Now-
now,
No,
when, as in a month, you mean like 30 days, or February has that 28-day rules.
Around 30 days, I think.
Okay, I'm about
think
to say because I'm not trying to watch a movie.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
It's
no.
like now it's March, bro. Can't watch it.
If I remember
Mm,
correctly, I
what
think
you
The
gonna
Little
do?
Things is leaving HBO Max February 28th, so you have some
Ooh.
time to check it out.
All right.
I got time then.
It's
All right.
I would
the
say that's such a weird cast assortment in my mind, right?
Mhm.
I feel like I would never
Mhm.
associate any of them in the same movie, but then here they are. And
Oh, yeah,
Denzel
100%.
Washington, Rami
1,000%.
Malek, Jared Leto, and you're just, wait a minute, all of them in the same movie?
I feel like Denzel can't make a bad movie. Like all of his movies they're kind of the same concept. It's like he's always like a detective or something.
Oh,
Like in every movie.
That was one complaint I heard about it from a critic. It's just like he's just the equalizer again.
He's just
Yeah.
But then again, is that a bad thing?
That's why you watch him, yeah.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
really a thing.
If I watch
it works,
a
it works.
Denzel movie, it's to watch Denzel. That's it.
Yeah.
That's
I know what I'm getting into.
Now, you guys have actors that you see and you can't see them other than their actual self.
Every MCU actor ever.
That's
Mm,
interesting, yeah.
I
wait,
can't see.
I don't know. I saw Captain America in Snowpiercer, and he was good.
Chris
Chris.
Evans.
No, like
Yeah, I don't know their name.
Snowpiercer was great.
Snowpiercer, yeah.
Like Chris Pratt. Like seeing him in Jurassic
Chris
Park,
Pratt.
like it was like, ooh, that's kind of it's cool and all, but like I can't see him more than Star-Lord.
He'll always be Andy Dwyer to me in Parks and Rec. So
That's
it's-
true. But he was a little
Yeah.
chubbier there, so it helps.
yeah.
yeah.
No, but like Robert Downey Jr., for example. Can you see him as anything else besides Iron Man?
Oh.
Well, the whole reason he was picked to play Tony Stark is because of his personality as Robert.
Yeah,
Downey.
oh yeah.
yeah, I
okay.
can see that.
Yeah, so he's pretty much just playing himself. I was also gonna go off that and be like, Ryan Reynolds is like my absolute favorite, like one of my favorite people ever because he's so funny. But in
Mhm.
every movie he plays, it's just Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, no. Honestly, I find that with some of the MCU actors, kind of, because like especially like
Well, they've made so many
Robert
movies
Downey, yeah.
as those characters too, so it kind of helps. It's not like
It
they-
kinda
yeah,
goes
it's
on,
just
though.
them. Yeah.
people like The Rock, Will Smith. I always see them as The Rock.
Oh yeah, that's essentially what
But-
they do.
We have reached the end
Yes.
of the show, the inaugural Friday Buzz here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. I have been Josh. Along me, Jake, Jalen, Cam, and Thomas. Kenny is lurking here to make sure we do all right. But it has been a blast. Not from the past, just a regular blast. And we will see you all, well, I could say different days, but the Morning Buzz will resume on Monday. So take care. Make sure you bundle up. It's cold out there if you're living in the Montclair area. And goodbye.
This is Colin Cosell, the voice of Citi Field, and